Hello, all you rabid Lion fans, and welcome to Detroit Lions on the Prowl presents Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. What a show for you today. We have Carolina versus Detroit. We have an item on Teddy Bridgewater, all kinds of stuff about the game, the injury report. We're going to go through that today. We got some nice dessert for you, the question of the day, and of course, your comments all coming your way. But first, I want to bring in my co-host, the man of steel himself, Kurt Steele.
What up, though? Hey, welcome to the program, people. We are excited to be here and bring you some more quality content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And you know what we ask you to do. Watch this video all the way to the end so you improve our YouTube algorithm to get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. Hit the subscribe button, please. Comment. Ring the notification bell so you know when you're getting this content from us right here on Detroit Lions.
Right here, not thumbs down.
Yeah, not thumbs down. Right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Hey, we appreciate you. Keep commenting, keep liking the videos, and we're going to keep doing our thing for you right here. And let's get this thing started right now. It's time to get this thing started, and you know what we do first. Comment cards from yesterday's show. Jim?
From people like you that comment on our show, shout out to all of you, man. You showed up and showed out yesterday. 52 comments on the video. Amazing stuff, guys. Amazing stuff. And we're going to get to some of your comments here. I apologize. I know I can't get to all of them. Me and Kurt do the best we can. We highlight new viewers quite a bit. But you guys just completely rocking with us all the time. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Elijah Roberts. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. Quinn's drafts have handicapped this roster and forced him into overpriced old free agents to make up for his deficiency. He drafted a corner, 3rd overall, who said the best receiver he went up against was Cephas. And how's Cephas looking? Like a pile of doggy doo. Who else is looking like a pile? Okuda. Coincidence? I think not. We traded our only star on the team. That is all I got right there. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I think that got cut off. But you understand the gist of the conversation.
Yeah. Traded away.
Oh, here we are.
Our brightest star.
Okay, we traded our only star like Darius Slay. Like, how good do you think this defense was going to be this season? Because I went into this expecting garbage, and it looks like a dumpster fire so far. Wow. Yes, it does. I get it. Why does anyone think it was going to get better? That's the question I have. You know what, guy? Elijah
question.
Roberts. I rock with you, man, because I'll tell you the truth. I didn't think it was going to get a whole lot better, but I did think Jerron Harmon was going to help us. I thought Danny Shelton was going to be a plugger in the middle. He has been. And I thought, I thought the linebacker we got out of, name escapes me, of course, Jamie Collins. I thought he was going to be a lot better than what he's shown up as. He's good, but he's not elite. He's not great like I thought he could be. So our linebackers suck pretty much.
Yeah. And to the credit, they're statistically overall a little bit better, but it's not better.
It's not better. I'm going to have you take this next one, Kurt.
All right. So here is my man, Daryl Mitchell says, y'all need to stop with this false narrative. The Lions have an average defense. Now, last year, the defense was bad, but this year's defense is average. That is way better than the last year 2020 defensive numbers looked like the 2016 Lions. In what world did the defense reach the playoffs? Y'all are just trying to get fans to turn on the team. So Patricia gets fired. Y'all know Lions fans don't like to look at stats. They're of what people like y'all say, and y'all out that because of COVID. The defensive numbers on all teams are not as good. They're doing a normal season. Well, Daryl, I respectfully disagree with you on this. I don't think this Lions defense is anywhere close to the 2016 season where you had Ndamukong Suh was eating up the sack numbers, but in that year was a hell of a lot better, and the secondary was better in that season. The defense is marginally where we rank really 31st and really overall, or 32nd last year in defense, and this year we're 28. How is that average? Average is 16, 15, 13, anywhere between that 12 to 16 margin is average. Our defense is not average. Our defense is terrible against the pass. You gave up 390 yards to Alex Smith, who hasn't started in eons, and you tell me this defense is average? Come on, man. You can do better than that, brother.
And also, trying to get fans to turn on Patricia is not that hard. He's been 6-10, 3-12-1, and 4-5 this year. It's not hard to turn on somebody that hasn't done anything. So I disagree with that. But I love the fire he's bringing.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to call us out on something, but I don't agree with that. And Patricia says enough to turn on himself. He doesn't need any help from us. He does enough with his own words to get the fans to turn on himself.
I got Chris Turner here, and he says the Lions have always played conservative after getting a lead, dating all the way back to Coach Monty Clark.
Woo!
And I was in the building when Monty Clark was there. So yeah, that tells you how old I am. I disagree with this to a point, because I think under Jim Schwartz we weren't like this. I think that was more of an attack defense, and and the offense had some problems just because the offensive coordinators weren't that good. If Jim Schwartz gets a very good offensive coordinator, he may still be here.
Yep. That's
he wasn't terrible at his job, and I thought that defense was really, really good. I thought the personnel that he brought in was really good. And I hated to see him leave, but I think the aggression was there under Schwartz. So I think that's the one guy I have an issue with. Everybody else, I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
Yeah, and the only thing really with Jim Schwartz that really irritated me, the team was really undisciplined, a lot of penalties during his tenure. But I agree with you. They were a fiery team. They kind of had his personality. Yeah. They were fiery just like he was. So hey, Jim's doing his thing out there in Philly. All right. Next up, we have Cheryl Heinberg. I don't want to say Heinberg. It's Heinberg. I have to say that. They are young, and for the most part, but they just don't have the talent. And as fans, we are a little blind to this. My opinion, of course. I kind of agree with you a little bit. I think that the biggest issue for me is that they don't put the players in the right position. We have a lot of players playing out of position on our defense.
On this, I kind of agree. I think we have kind of like rose-colored glasses when it comes to our own guys. And nationally, I don't think that they look at this team as good as we look at this team. And usually they're right.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think you're right. I think I don't think this team has the talent that we think it is, and I think we are a little blind to it when we look at this team. But I agree with your opinion, Cheryl. Thank you for the comment. Todd Super Ginger. God, that's a great name.
Ooh, he's
Super Ginger.
He's got to be a redhead.
He's gonna bring the fire. Come on. Front seven is historically bad. Linebackers might be the worst cores in NFL history. I don't care if you have Deion Sanders back there. If you can't stop anything over the middle, that opens up everything else. Yes, it does. And not to mention, we go against any team with a halfway decent running game and we get gashed. Safeties are horrible as well. Tracy Walker's played terrible this year. And Harmon is super slow to the ball and can't cover water if he fell out of a boat.
Wow.
Yes, I told you, the Gingers are fire, man. Harmon and Walker are terrible. Compliments to our corners as well. As far as Okudah goes, it's too soon to tell. They threw him to the Wolves as soon as he got healthy. Devontae Adams and D-Hop was his first couple of weeks. He might even be one of our best open field tacklers. I don't know about that.
He's a pretty good tackler. He struggled last week.
A lot of misses last week.
Yeah, but before that he was a pretty solid tackler.
He's been good.
Yeah.
which is saying something for a rookie corner with no front seven or safeties to back him up. I'm sick and tired of hearing we need a new quarterback when our linebackers are straight garbage. Doesn't matter if you Pat Mahomes back there. If your defense can't cover the middle of the field, I'd personally draft nothing but defense this year and probably 2 to 3 linebackers. If you really think Stafford's has been the problem, this year you clearly haven't been watching us on defense. Rant over.
Drop the mic.
There's so much here to unpack.
That's some fire on that one, bro.
Tracy Walker's playing a little different position this year, I think. So
he's playing out of position.
He's
playing out of position.
I agree. He's playing more in the box because he's letting Harmon play over the top.
Yep. To me, I would say I would rather play Walker in the back and play Curse in the box.
In the box. Yeah,
Curse will light you up, brother.
Man, we were thinking the same thing. We didn't even talk about this before.
It proves our point as far as the Lions are playing a lot of players out of position. They're not putting them in the correct position to succeed. And when you do that, you make your other parts of your defense struggle.
You do. And especially that front seven and no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Everybody, I got to address the Stafford thing again, too. I don't think he's the problem. Has he played bad? Yes, he's played bad. Yes, he has. But he's not played worse than the defense for sure.
Nah. And he's had some glimpses of himself, and he's coming back around. I think that really the Minnesota game was that this whole circumstances, that whole week, just kind of threw him off.
All right, we got one more this week, guys. It's just we don't want to take all the time for the whole show, but we really appreciate you rocking with us.
Yeah, we got 313 Money Team P. Boy, that's a name right there, boy.
I like that name too.
All right, the defense is bad because our defensive front is average or below average. That dictates how the back end plays. Linebackers will be better, and the cornerbacks would have more interceptions and pass breakups, not having to cover that long.
Absolutely. That
is very true. That the front seven definitely helps the secondary, and it definitely helps the linebackers as well. I would just wish that we kept the aggression on defense.
Yeah, me too. And I thank you for every comment here. You were dead on there with that awesome name. Now moving on to the bite-sized nuggets. We have DeAndre Swift as the first thing. Misses practice with a concussion. Now I'm hearing reports that he's in concussion protocol, that he will not play Sunday. What are you hearing, Kurt?
Now I'm hearing that he's being evaluated for a concussion, which means he's not in the protocol. So if he's not in the protocol and he passes the test, then he can play. But if he's in the protocol, he has to have a non-contact practice and then a contact practice before he can be cleared. And of course, with it already being Friday, which is the last contact practice, and he doesn't have another except for the walkthrough. So I don't think he has enough time to play if he is in fact in the protocol.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll see. We'll wait.
If not,
we probably that news should come out later today, actually.
Yeah.
Whether he's in or out. Teddy Bridgewater, unlikely to play versus the Lions. There was a big article on this, and a lot of people have taken and run with it. But,
Teddy two gloves.
Teddy two gloves. But a lot of people have taken and run with this, and I read the article, and I read someone at the Panthers are saying about this. Coach actually said that if he says he could play on Saturday or even Sunday, he'll let him play.
Yeah. I live down here in North Carolina. It's up in the air. There's no finality to it where a lot of people are kind of running with this where he's not going to play. It's still up in the air. Living down here, I live about 2 hours from Charlotte, and they actually are saying that it's still pretty much 50-50 if he's going to play in the game on Sunday.
I agree with that. And I think if you ask a player, knowing what the backup situation is over there, which we'll go into later, I think he's playing. My personal opinion is he's playing. If he can get out there with crutches, he's playing.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, it's going to be a field day
But the
for that
Lions
defensive
defense
front.
needs to look at this and say, we need to hit him a little bit more. I'm sorry, that's part of football. Not trying to injure anybody, but give him a few hits, see how he takes it. You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn smoke one time.
Marvin Jones had an emotional article about the death of his son, and I would be remiss if we didn't talk about that a little bit on the show. He said I was ready to call it quits. Just an awesome article. If you guys get a chance to read that, you really need to. Thoughts on that, Kurt, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, as a parent, writing to his kids like that, because the letter was to his kids, and he was explaining to his kids why he was ready to quit, not just football. He was ready to just leave the country and just move to Spain. But he talked about the joy that his kids brought to him and his wife, and how he was able to go on because of his kids, and how really the COVID-19 pandemic really brought him, his wife, and his kids closer together. It is an amazing read. And, you know, the Lions organization, and then really the NFL community and the world community, people who really don't follow sports really embrace him and his family with the loss of their son, Marlon. And they are blessed to have another child coming, a girl in February. So
very happy for them.
Yeah, very, very happy for Marvin Jones and his wife.
Now we're going to go into the injury report, and it's a long one. I think I'll do Detroit's, and I'll have you do Carolina's. We'll do it
okay, brother. Go ahead.
We got Danny Amendola, who will be out this week. He had no practice. DeAndre Swift, concussion, no practice. Like we talked about him. Kenny Galladay, no practice. He's out this Sunday, more than likely. Austin Bryant, he's upgraded to a limited practice. He probably will not play. Marvin Jones, limited practice. But I think Marvin Jones will go, but that's that knee that kept him out before. So that's something that really bears watching right there. Matthew Stafford with the thumb. I've said all week that he's going to play. Limited in practice, but I think he goes. Jared Davis with that knee still limited. TJ Hawkinson with a toe limited. I think they both play. Christian Jones, who cares? Oh, wait. Knee limited. Vaitai, another one, sit out. It's fine. Foot injury, limited. I think he should sit one more week.
I think so too.
Jaron Curse, this one hurts my soul.
Ankle.
Limited, new injury.
I think he'll play. He's a tough dude.
He is a tough dude, but I need him. I need him 100%.
Yep.
When he's laying waste to some of these wide receivers and stuff.
Yep.
And running backs. Deshaun Hand, another groin injury. This guy just can't stay healthy. Oh my gosh. Limited. This is a new injury as well, guys. So I think he plays, but come on, dude, get healthy. Nick Williams, shoulder, full practice. That's an upgrade. He was limited. He will be playing. Jamal Agnew, we get back this week too. That is a big
look
deal.
forward to that. I look forward to that. That's a special teams game.
Now we're going to go over to the Carolina Panthers and the pain train.
Look at the Carolina Panthers down here where I'm from, where I live down here in North Carolina. And people always confuse my Lions gear for Panthers gear. Get over it. All right. First up, we got cornerback Deontay Jackson. He's got the big toe, no practice. It looked like he's going to be out. Christian McCaffrey with the shoulder. He's already been ruled out. The guard, John Miller, he has an ankle and a knee. Doesn't look good for him. Russell Okung, their big left tackle. Now, that may be a big loss for them. Looks like he's going to be out for the game, and that opens up some pass rushing lanes for some of our guys over here for Aquara and Everson Griffin. The former Lion, Tahir Whitehead, is limited with a rib injury. That's an upgrade for that guy. Teddy Two Gloves, we talked about him with the knee of the MCL. It's 50-50 for that guy right now. Safety Sam Franklin with the ankle, he's limited. The 50-50 for him. Now, the defensive end, you have Yetur Gross Matos with a shoulder. He was limited. You have Marquise Haynes. He's limited with a shoulder as well. Tight end Chris Manhertz. He's limited with a shoulder as well. Their outstanding rookie backup running back, Mike Davis, was a full go with a thumb injury. And cornerback Rashul Douglas, ankle, full practice. It was a new injury but he's been around the league for a while. Rasheed Douglas has been around.
Yeah.
That's the Carolina Panthers.
I think I want to focus on that Yetur Gross-Matos injury.
Yeah.
He was somebody I really liked coming out of college, and I think he's going to play, which is not good for us.
Yeah.
But our O-line's pretty good, and we're pretty healthy at the offensive line right now.
Yep.
So outside of Vaitai, which I don't care.
I think the name that stands out to me on this one, for me, besides because McCaffrey was already ruled out, and besides Teddy Two Gloves, is really Russell Okung, that left tackle. That's a big loss if he can't go for the Carolina Panthers.
That is a big loss, and injuries will be a factor in this game. We're gonna go right now to the main course, and that's the Carolina Panthers versus the Detroit Lions Sunday game. Oh, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Mike Davis, like you said, their rookie backup, has picked up some of the rushing load with 368 yards, 2 TDs. Like I said, he's been picking up some of their loads. He has 4.2 yards a carry, by the way. All right, let's go into this, Kurt. Injuries, of course, are a factor. On paper, let's go to on paper here.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
All right. So Carolina has lost 5 straight games, and they're still a 1.5 point favorite at 3-7. I don't get that at all.
I don't know.
They are 31st on. They are 31st on defense. The Lions are 28. We're a tick better on defense. The Carolina Panthers are 29th on in passing defense. The Lions are 21st. Carolina ranks 27th in rushing defense, and the Lions are 29th, so they're slightly better in that category. They rank 17th in total offense, and the Lions are 18th. So the Carolina Panthers have slightly better offense. Carolina ranks 9th in passing, and the Lions are 14th, which to me that really is a strange category for me, because it's a lot of yak in Carolina. I've watched their games down here.
There is.
And the rushing, the Carolina Panthers rank 15th, and the Lions are 26th because they're
without McCaffrey. I think some of these actually are kind of, they're slightly jaded a bit because of the fact that the injuries and stuff.
And I think that the Lions, we would have started DeAndre Swift earlier in the season, I think we would rank higher.
But now he's hurt, so I don't know about that.
Now he's hurt. But with a concussion.
So if Carolina doesn't have Teddy Two Gloves, I love that.
Teddy Two Gloves.
I'm going to go into who the heck are their backup players. PJ Walker's an XFL standout from the Houston Roughnecks. He had a 5-0 record, and he led that league in passing and touchdowns. Passing yards, 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. But for the Panthers, he has 0 touchdowns, 0 interception, and his completion percentage, 37.5%.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the difference between the XFL and the NFL.
He putting up my numbers. That's what I'm talking about.
And we also have Will Grier. Will Grier played college football for the West Virginia Mountaineers. He was a 3rd-round draft pick. I believe he was 100th overall in 2019. He's thrown 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So he's great, too.
Yeah,
but his completion percentage is 58.3.
He's an upgrade from Walker, but actually Walker is higher on the depth chart. So
yeah, Walker can run though too.
Yeah, he can run. He's more mobile than Will Grier. It's not a picturesque backup situation down there,
and that's good for Carolina. But that's why I think Bridgewater will play.
Yeah, I think he will play as well.
Now it's time for who's eating, who's starving, and we're gonna choose a couple offensive, couple defensive players that we think are gonna eat and starve. You could agree or disagree in the comments below. But I'm gonna start out with Kurt in Carolina with his home. What do you think about Detroit versus Carolina? The offense and defense from Detroit. Who do you think is gonna eat or starve for our Lions?
Who's gonna eat? I think Matthew Stafford's gonna eat. I think Matthew Stafford can have it. If you look at the numbers that Tom Brady put up last week against his Carolina passing defense, I think that the Matthew Stafford can put up comparable numbers in the passing game. Who is eating on defense? I think I'm going to go with my man. I'm riding a hot hand. I think Romeo Quarry is going to eat again. Who's starving on offense? Is going to be the lowly guy on the totem pole. I think it's going to be my man Kerryon Johnson is going to starve once again. I just think that his role has been diminished.
Wow.
And who's starving on defense? Of course, Big Slow himself, Jelani Tavai, is going to starve
Feet
on
of
defense.
Stone, Jelani Tavai.
Yeah.
Okay, so my who's eating is your who's starving. I got Kerryon Johnson. Why? Because I don't think Adrian Peterson is the starting running back anymore. I think that's been pretty well established. And I don't think DeAndre Swift plays. If DeAndre Swift doesn't play, who does that leave? Kerryon Johnson.
Well, you got Williams as well.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, he might not even be active for the game. But, yeah, I get what you're saying, though. But, no, I think it's going to fall on Kerryon Johnson's shoulders, and I think that, we might have a chance there. Who's eating on defense? Everson Griffin. If they don't got Okung for this game, I think that Everson Griffin can get to the quarterback. And I think I just wanted to be different than you, though, because I like Okwara, too.
Yeah.
Who's starving on offense? It is the guy I pick every single week, Jesse James.
Okay.
The person that's on the milk carton for our offense, Jesse James.
The outlaw. The outlier. That's what his name is. He's outlier.
I got another guy who I think is going to eat in this game, and that is Marvin Hall.
Okay. That's what's up. He's a deep threat.
Hall. Because you look at it, Amendola's out. There's a possibility that Kenny Golladay is probably not going to go. Yeah. You might not even have Marvin Jones.
I think Sanu moves up this week as well.
Yep, me too. But I don't know if he'll have a big impact on the game. But we'll see. And TJ Hawkinson should get some passes too.
Yep.
But who's starving on defense? I don't know who's even going to play. There's a lot of people in and out and injuries and all that stuff. It's tough for me because I don't want to pick the same guy. I just don't.
He gonna starve.
I'm gonna say because he hasn't really done a whole lot this year. For me, it's gonna be Deshaun Hand.
Okay.
Just because he's injured, he's banged up, and that could be who's starving this week on defense. I really like your pick. I would have went with that if it wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't like picking the same guys. All right.
I feel you.
That is who's eating, who's starving. And now for the game predictions, we're going to go to Kurt first. Who you got?
Oh, I got the Detroit Lions, of course. I just don't see them losing down here in Carolina. I think it's 33 to 24 Lions.
I had the Lions last week by 3 points, but they won by 3 points, but I had them 24-21. This week I'm picking the Lions. I think the injuries are really going to affect Carolina, but we always make backup players look amazing, so it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be close. I hate that. 31-27 Lions.
Lions, do me a favor, man. Give me some bragging rights down here in Carolina so I can wear my Lions stuff with pride like I did when y'all beat up a couple years ago.
Hey, guys, we thank you for all your comments yesterday. 52 comments. Really appreciate each and every one of you that rocks with us, like Dr. Detroit. We got all kinds of people from Hawaii now with Samoa and V5 Samoa and all those people that rock with us.
What's up?
Philippines on Demand. We have just tons and tons of people that I love to mention. But today, and we can't forget Chuck Osborne.
My man Chuck, man. That's my guy right there.
And the Dern. The Dern. I didn't get your comment on today, and I will, I think, the next time. Just keep writing them. I'll get you. All right. Question of the day. Who you got? Detroit Lions or Carolina Panthers? That's the question of the day. Put it in the comments below. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, dessert with my man Kurt.
All right. It is time for another tasty morsels for our dessert today. And it has to do with our unfortunately injured running back. Last week, the highest graded running back coming into last week list was number one was Alvin Kamara, but number two was who? DeAndre Swift. Wow. The second highest rated running back going into Monday Night Football. And in week 10 was DeAndre Swift by PFF with a rating of 78.8.
Wow. That's high. That is high.
That is very high. He had a really good game. All-purpose yards. He is really improved over the course of the year. And if he gets more playing time, he's just going to be a star in the league.
Yes, he will. I do see high hopes for him if he doesn't get injured. Yep. That is one of the concerns I have with Swift, is injury prone a little bit. We'll see how that goes. I'm not saying he's injury prone. I'm just saying that if he gets injured, that would curtail his career a little bit. Yeah. That's all. I don't think he gets hurt all the time. That's not what I meant. No. But anyway, okay, so guys, I really appreciate everything you've done for the channel. If you have not subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Help us out. We're on the march to 1,000 subscribers, and you're doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job. Please tell your friends about it, that they can get Detroit Lions content here every day around 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday. So we're here for you. So that's my thing for today. Thank you, everyone, for just being here. We all suffer together. And now I'm going to have my man Kurt take us home.
Hey, as always, click the like button. Comment. We love it when you get your comments on. We love it. That's one of our favorite parts of the show. Give us some likes. Please subscribe if you haven't. Ring the notification bell. And it helps us improve our YouTube algorithm to get this content for more Lions fans just like yourself. And we're coming up on Thanksgiving week. And still, I am still rocking my Salute to Service gear. It's still Salute to Service month. If you haven't thanked a veteran yet, just say thank you. If you know one, this time thank you for your service. And I appreciate all my brothers and sisters in arms that have served like myself. I salute you, bro, people. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim right here on Detroit Lions and the Prowl, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.